Guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Cherie if you're new here, and welcome to this week's weekly TV recap session. I have to shorten that because I have done like 2 takes of that already, so let's get started. As always, I have my handy dandy notebook here that I wrote down some thoughts, and I didn't take notes while I was watching. I actually gathered all of my thoughts just this morning, just because I didn't take notes while I was watching, so I didn't get to write down people's names as I was recording, and y'all know my memory with the names is just highly suspicious, so please forgive me in advance. So yeah, so I'm starting with the Never Ever Mess because I was planning to make a separate video on that show, but it doesn't have the material and the meat that I think is worthy of a separate video. So I've decided to just include it in my weekly recap session. So yeah. So the first thing that I wrote down was these men, they don't like these women. And except for, what did I say? Cinco. And even he's a little bit suspicious. I think they like being around the men more, and I think this is a general theme that we see in everyday society. And of course, this is not all men. For those of you who have an IEP in comprehension, of course I don't mean all men, but there is this theme of men enjoying being around men more. They respect men more, and if it's just coming down to it, they just like cooch. They're just there for the cooch. They are not there to enjoy, appreciate being around women, doing things with women, doing things for women. They would rather do things to impress their boys. So I think we're seeing a lot of that this season in particular. This is only season 2 of Never Ever Mess, but it's just something I picked up on. Then on the flip side of that, something else that I noticed with the women is that they are, and I hate to use the word aggressive, but it is very masculine energy. I don't see a lot of women who are tapping into their feminine side. And I kind of hate to use that phrase as well, because I've known people on the internet have used that in a way that is like, girl, what are you talking about? But there is a way that you have to just want to speak to people in general, but especially men, because their egos are just, it is what it is. But the way that Tatiana spoke to, what's his name? See, I can't remember. That boy's name is what? Clay. His name is Clay. The way that Tatiana spoke to Clay in front of everybody over the simple fact that he lied about being vegan. And I think I think she knows that he's lying about something else, but she's using this particular minute issue to come at him with this aggression, because Adam's like, okay, he's lying about eating meat. Okay, we can discuss this. Like, boy, I know you had meat. What is you doing? Why is you playing? It's okay if you having meat. It's okay. But I think that she knows something is not right with him. And of course, this fool has a whole 2-month-old baby at home. But just the energy that, and it's just not her. I can't remember the other women, but it's just like, girl, it's a way that you can get things done without being raw towards these men. Now, sometimes you have to pop out and show, okay? But for the most part, try being a little bit more soft in your approach. And who knows, it may be just easier to get things when you have a more soft approach. That's all I'm saying. Then I wrote down, Ty is worried about cooking for his boys, just like the whole theme I just talked about before. Brittany, the way that he's speaking to you, you don't have to go back and argue with him, because if a man speaks to you like this in front of people on national television, imagine what you can expect at home. So you don't need no more signs, girl. Pack up your kitty and get out. And I am the queen of, you guys know, I be out. Like the first sign of foolishness, shenanigans, disrespect, your girl is gone, right? So I think that I'm like, why y'all sticking around for these things? Just, I don't understand. Just pack the kitty up, take her home. That's it. I also like that Kiki was able to sit down with the therapist this session. Both her and I believe her guy's name is Brandon. I like that they were able to sit down with the therapist and the therapist kind of opened her eyes a little bit. I think that they should have more sessions, and maybe it's something we're not seeing on camera, where it is more real therapists, not like the therapists that they had on 90 Day Resort, the last resort, not those, but real therapists who care about these people. I think that should be more of the focus versus whatever drama is going on. I know it has to be drama in the show for it to like keep going and keep people engaged, but a lot of people need therapy and I just want to see more people get in therapy and the help that they so rightfully need. And the last thing that I want to mention, Jared, you are disgusting. Like something I have this sense, like I mentioned to you guys all the time, where I can read people even through the TV sometimes. You are disgusting. And that's all I'm going to say about you, because I don't want to get my pressure up this beautiful Sunday morning. Bye, Jared. Just bye. All right, let's move on to The Last of Us. I knew it was coming because, of course, the video people had already spoiled it from me online. Joel went on to be with them. And my brother-in-law watches or plays the video game, and I can't remember if he said it was more, I think he said it was more gruesome, the death in the video game. Or maybe, I can't remember. But yeah, I knew it was coming. I just didn't know it was going to be this soon. Like that was what, episode 2? And to watch that sweet baby just watch her father figure just get murdered in front of her was just something else. And I understand Abby, like being a Scorpio, I understand vengeance because I have a personal Aria list of people I just don't fuck with. And so, and I get the vengeance part. The Scorpio understands. But this man saved your life. You would have been going to be with him too if he didn't save your life. So I think that would have warranted a conversation versus like immediate death. But hey, who knows what I would do with somebody did what Joel did to my people, my mama, my best friend, my people. Like, I'm scorching the earth. Everything that you live on, your family, all of y'all will be gone. So, so I get that. But yeah, Joel, it was a lot. It was a lot. Then the town is under attack from the doggone monsters, and they had a whole plan, like their emergency plan. Some of the people were like running when Joel's brother was just like, hold the line, hold the line. You need hold the door from Game of Thrones to help y'all hold the line because y'all is running. What is y'all doing? But they was like, they was out. But yeah, the town was under attack, and what a way to live, right? Like, if it's the end of the earth and there are zombies that could possibly turn me into one, just go ahead and take me out. Because first of all, I'm concerned about the smells, right? Because you don't have like regular water, the situation with soap. I'm going to be out I'm going to be mad the entire time because the smells alone. So if a zombie stuff happens, it's the end of the world, take me out. I'm going ahead to be up with them. You can find me in the line to see Eve, okay? That's where I'll be first. So I'm going to be out. So from what I understood, what the people were saying online, Joel's brother, who again, I didn't write down his name, so is his name Joe? His name might be Joe, I don't know. But he's gonna be on a rampage. So I'm excited to keep watching. All right, so next we have The Handmaid's Tale, and I wrote down June and Mara made it into the horror house. And of course, it doesn't go well. Duh. I'm so ready, and I say this every week. The show is dumb now. everybody needs to die except for Mora. And did I say somebody else? I think I just said Mora. But of course, it doesn't go well. They ended up having to, they did find Patch Girl, but then they ended up having to kill this guard. And then, oh, the older guy who kind of helped June, he realized like, them boys they about to take you out too because you don't agree with their foolishness and their shenanigans. And before I forget, because it's basically a boys club, right? Like how men behave. Again, people with IEPs and comprehension. I don't mean all men, okay? But some of them, what do they call them? Red pill guys? I think this, like, Gilead is what they want in real life. Like the ability to treat women any type of way, and it's just scary. I don't wanna go down that path, but it's just so terrifying to watch because you kind of see it happening in real life. It's really scary. But yeah, so old dude sees that they gonna take him out too. So now, the situation, something happens and they're shutting stuff down. And then June's husband, like, came back to pick them up. And I don't think he understands because he's talking back and forth with the what do you call, eyes? Sir, you don't talk back and forth with the eyes. And he's just trying to negotiate. Sir, I don't think he understands where he really at. So yeah, he got punched in the face or hit in the face. I don't know. But so June and Mora, they need a new ride back out of Gilead, and now they got to get old guy to help them. So duh, of course this plan was going to go sideways. It's just all dumb. Oh, one thing I forgot. Let me make sure I talked about June's husband. Serena getting married again. Serena is just such what her character represents in terms of just the type of woman. I'm gonna keep those thoughts about Serena to my group chat. We just go move along to the next show. All right, finally, Love After Lockup. I was having such a hard time locating the list of cast, and I was just like, I don't have time to search the internet for a detailed list of the cast members. And then I forgot what actual season we're on, and it was just bringing up like old cast members. So please forgive me. The only names that I remember at the top of my list right now is Julius, Ashley, and I did find Alexis' name because it came up when I Googled Julius and Ashley. I saw Julius because first somebody did a reenactment of one of the scenes, and I think he reposted it, but then the algorithm served me his actual TikTok, and I don't, what? This is why I remind people, when you go back and forth with people on the internet, it's not high school anymore where they can divide people based on like ability levels. Everybody's together. So you may be going back and forth with somebody who, they need a little bit more assistance. The fact that Julius is on TikTok and he's not getting that people are making fun of him, and he thinks this is his 15 minutes, he might be thinking it's his 30 minutes. They were dragging him in the comments, rightfully so. It's just, it's still mind-blowing to me. It really is, because sir, this man had the audacity to say he was in prison. He's surprised. And then Alexis, apparently right now you pregnant with his baby. What? I don't get it. Somebody help me understand. I don't understand. I don't. Then you got this other fool who has a man who was fresh out of prison, fresh out of the halfway house, hugging up on her baby girl, in the bed with her baby girl, calling him bestie. Ma'am, you don't know this man. Protect your children. My God. This is how stuff like, and I'm not saying that's what he would do, but you don't know this man. Protect your children. Y'all pissing me off even more than y'all typically do, because you got churn involved. This is dumb. Then you got the gay couple where the guy's like, he just counting down the days or minutes until he go back to prison. And then, then the other guy, he's so delusional and desperate for companionship that he just like, oh, that's a red flag? Okay, nice, pretty red flag, okay? Did he, I can't find my phone, and yeah, he told me he took my phone, but I don't think he really took it. I just think the phone just followed him out. He getting mad at the producers for just breaking that delusion, and he's getting upset because that is happening. Therapy. Everybody needs therapy. This show is full of bad decisions, drugs, lack of self-esteem, and a lack of therapy. My God. All right, guys. So that is it for this week. I did finish, what's that show called? The Pitt. It was good. It was a good show. Do I think it was to the level of what people were making it out to be? No, but it was a good show. I think having a season 2, I'll watch it, but it was a long day. I was stressed out from just watching them go throughout this day without any lunch breaks, barely eating food, barely using the restroom. It was a lot. So yeah, it was a good show. All right, as always, tell me what shows you are watching down in the comments below. If anything is new that is coming out, I'm going to be watching the last season of You. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get through it this week and then be ready to do it in next week's weekly recap, just because I know my schedule this week is just crazy with work. So yeah, I'm going to start watching You. There's a movie on Hulu that one of the girls from TikTok who does like recommendations, I forgot her name, but I think she lives in Charlotte. She's a Black girl. She recommended this movie that I want to check out, so that I don't know if I'll have time to watch that either, but either way, meet me back here next weekend for our weekly recap, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys then. Peace.